Hi everyone, this is your host Vijay. So in today's topic, what we are going to discuss here is this is the most demanding nowadays, proof of concept and the deployment in the uh, data center and for any client. So suppose if you're having a Cisco UCS server and you want to run that LLM generative AI on that. So how we gonna install that? So what we have here is, so Cisco and NVIDIA has a partner, say for the GPU-based hardware manufacturing, which we have on the Cisco X series servers. So what we are going to have here is we are going to configure Cisco UCS with the operating system, Linux operating system. And top of that operating system, we are going to install the generative AI and LLM tools, apps, and we are going to create that one chat model or chatbot for the our network. Okay, so let's start that. So I have this version, which is a Cisco UCS 210M7 model UCS with the GPU Flex Intel Flex GPU 170, and I also having a Cisco Ubuntu installed on that Cisco UCS hardware. Okay, I have this hardware installed with me. So this is my architecture which I have. So let me maximize the page to understand this how this looks. So this is the Cisco architecture which I have. I have two Cisco UCS Fabric Interconnect. I have a 950X UCS X chassis, where I have three total five UCS servers installed to it. Okay, and I have a couple of some internal VLANs, and I have a Cisco Nexus 9000. This is the hardware I have. Overall, I have a 100 gig UCS Fabric Interconnect model. I have a Cisco chassis. I have these servers uh, in, inserted on this UCS model, UCS chassis. Okay, on slot number 1 and 2, I'm having a GPU based server, and slot number 3 and 4, I'm having a Intel GPU based server. Okay, and in one slot, I have a CPU based node, which is this one. So I have a total around I having excuse me, three servers. Okay, I have a overall three servers, where if you see there's the one server with the NVIDIA GPU, another server with the Intel GPU, and I have one CPU server, which is in slot number 3. If you see that, these are the three servers I have installed, inserted to this chassis. Okay, what advantage we are going to look, and what solution what we are going to achieve from this series. Okay, so since nowadays everyone's talking about the AI, acceleration and AI installation in their infrastructure, how we can enhance the application performance in the data center, because nowadays 90% of the applications which you deploy are directly or indirectly are driven by the AI models, right? So if you're having AI models, the very first principle of the AI model is the performance. AI applications are famous, the performance of those AI plus the scalability. If you need a performance-based application, you need to have a scalability. Then it also optimize your uh, also in your infrastructure. You can also optimize the your hardware and your software based on your requirement. Plus, you need to have very low latency if you are having that kind of AI based model in your infrastructure. The reason here is you need to have a low latency, and you need to have a scalable. You need to have performance. You need to have a predictability in the cost. The reason for here is main is we if we are having LLM model, large language model, and if any application is trying to communicate with that database, LLM is you just think about you have application which is AI generative AI application, and you have a database which we call the LLM from where it is going to interact your AI application. So the requirement for here is you need to have multi-billion packet per second or multi-million packet per second for each application between the source and destination. When AI, when you nowadays if you open the chat GPT, you type give me the answer, right? If I open the chat GPT, for example, chat GPT over here, right? And type here, what is AI? Oh, you can give it anything. The moment I type what is AI, so from where these information they are getting. So we have a behind this chat GPT interface, we have a LLM model, right? Large language model, where machine learning uh, is running, and it is training your applications, right? And it is giving you the within a fraction of seconds, milliseconds or nanoseconds, it is giving the reply with the perfect and the better answers. So this is to in order to achieve this, you need to have a proper, better hardware, and that hardware, if you're having a CPU-based hardware, your CPU hardware are not as scalable as GPU hardware. So that's the reason if you're having GPU with the CPU, GPU with the AI ML, that respond and reply will be far better than the your traditional one, right? So I'm going to have a chat model which we call the MetaLlama. We are going to have a chat model. We call that on. Okay. We are going to have AI image generative model. We are going to create. Okay. We are going to create the influencing interface, which we call the virtual LLM. All right. So very first thing is, and we are also going to create one monitoring model. So suppose if you're having an infrastructure, you want to create one applications which can monitor your entire, OS level details, right? So we are going to also take a look AI model creation. So very first one here is, so I have a Cisco UCS. If I show you this Cisco UCS dashboard, just give me a second. Let me maximize this page to give you the better view. So this is the UCS I have. On this UCS, I have a Fabric interconnect, two Fabric interconnect. Okay, these are the Fabric interconnect which are connecting to my the servers. And I have, if you see the Fabric interconnect. This is the Fabric interconnect. I have a two model of the Fabric interconnect, which is this one. Okay, and if I open one of the Fabric model, you can take a look. You know how they looks and all these things details. What model number I have. So this UCS uh, server is already, I have already configured the uplink and the server ports and the even UCS service profile I have created that what server profile I'm going to have, what chassis profile I'm going to have. Everything is created. So if I go to the profiling, I have a chassis profile. I have a domain profile where I'm associated all the IP address, MAC address, and all these details, power details. Then I have a UCS server profile where I'm having a Cisco Ubuntu 22.0 is running on top of this hardware. Okay, because I have on Ubuntu, I have an interface which is connecting to my LAN for network connectivity. I have a management interface inbound on outbound interface, which is providing the connectivity from this Ubuntu server to the external. If you see that this is how it looks like. Okay. Now, if I go to the inventory here and see this UCS model which I have, if you see the GPU, in the GPU, I have this model. Just give me a second. This is the GPU model I have. Okay. GPU L40S. This is the NVIDIA GPU I have. Okay. On this one, if I go to the CPU, I might have a few processor for the normal connectivity and all. Right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to connect my this Ubuntu from the partition here. So if I open this, sorry. So let's wait because it should be connecting. I hope nothing is in progress. That is in different port. Just give me a second. Let's see that because initially when you deploy this kind of application, it takes so in order to configure the Cisco UCS, you have a two-way, right? Cisco UCS Insight, that's a different tool, Cisco Sales, and also Cisco UCS Manager. So I'm using Cisco Insight to configure all the profiling in the servers. Okay, so let me pause the recording and bring this and wait for this to be 100%. Okay, and then I connect to the Cisco UCS OS, which is in Ubuntu over here. and install that few AI models on that. Okay. So let's see that how far this installation went. If I go to the operating system, if I should check the execution, if you see that I have profiling, policy, validation, everything is done. Even Ubuntu is installed and it is installing certain monitoring operating system. Okay, so let's wait for a few minutes. It should be ready by 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, then I will resume recording. All right, so I have Cisco UCS-1 with me. Okay, so if you see that everything is installed without any issue, all the services, all the execution, everything is done. So what I'm going to log in here is I am going to log in the Ubuntu app which I have. Okay, then I'm going to install the certain parameter, certain AI elements on that. Okay, so very first scenario which I am going to have here is I'm logging to the my Ubuntu here. Okay, and the password for here is C1SCO 12345. And if I maximize this page to increase the appearance of it, bold 14. All right. So what a password is C1SCO 12345. All right. So this is the Ubuntu I have. And on this Ubuntu, what I want to do here is I want to do few things. The very first thing is I want to install the full pre-setup configuration on this, where what all the necessary parameters is required here is, for example, is uh, script I'm going to run, which will have a necessary software and a driver, which is the driver, which driver, GPU support based driver, AI model, and Docker container up front, which will take around 30 minutes. Okay, so this is what I'm going to install is I'm going to install the drivers container on this and generative AI models. And which generative AI model I'm going to install here is I'm going to install generative model with the chat which you call the llama. Okay, so very first thing is what I'm going to do here is I'm going to call that, show me the directory of it, whether it has or not. This is the Ubuntu directory I have. Okay, and on this I'm going to say that slash full. I have this configuration on this. Okay, I'm going to install on this, which will take around 10 to 15 minutes approximately to install all sort of driver on this. Okay, so let's wait for a second. If I maximize this, you can do, I'm installing this AI model on the chat GPT. However, if you want, you can install just a standalone Linux box in your Linux machine in your laptop, and you can do same thing. I just wanted to show this how the configuration will be required on the Cisco UCS. So I have on the Cisco UCS, I have a profile, which is I have a server. This is the server I have. I have around 3 servers. Out of 3, I'm have powered off 2 of them, and 1 server is up with the all the details of it. Right. If I see the connectivity to it, if you see that this is the server NIC details which is deployed, and if I show you the topology, this is the topology I have. Okay, where I have Cisco, sorry, Fabric interconnect 2 of them. Then I have a 2 my IAM module. Then I have a server connecting to it. Okay, so and if you see that it's a profile, and this is all the profiles which is associated to it. From where to going to reboot, what is the LAN configuration templates, local users, IAM, all the identifier, VNix, HBA, all these details. Okay, if I go to the SCX, which is very important, from here you can see the what exactly our server's hardware is and what compliance we have here. Okay. All right. So let's see where it went. So it taking a bit quite long time. The reason here is it will have a lot of details. It will not have a lot of things to install, right? It will first install the driver, GPU driver on the Linux box, which will force this Linux box to have a compatibility with the Cisco UCS hardware, which will have which has a GPU here. Okay, then after this GPU driver, it will install the container, Docker container on it. Then it will install that generative AI model associated to that Docker container. Okay, this is the pre-downloaded model container. And to perform the quick setup, you do not need to do anything. So driver, after this installation, we will verify for each thing. First thing is we're gonna verify that how driver looks like. Okay, then we're gonna uh, take a look of the AI model on it. Okay, so I will pause for like a few minutes. Once this installation is ready, then we're gonna verify and okay, so almost done. Yes. Yeah, so it's almost there. So since I have installed the full stack, not the quicker model, it took taking a lot of time. So usually it takes around 30-40 minutes to install that. So I'm installing the two parallel AI chat model. Right? One is the MetaLlama, second is a QN model, and after this we're gonna test it. So let's wait for a few more minutes and let's see how it going. So this is my Linux box having a internet connectivity. Okay, so from internet it is going to the NVIDIA, downloading everything, going to the docker.com, it is downloading everything. So yeah, so this is the, it's not just simply installing anything, it is going to the outside world and extracting that all the data from here, from the my multiple places. For example, if I go to the meta here, from here it is extracting all the details from the Hugging Face, which is equivalent to the your GitHub. Okay, this is the all the details it is extracting from here. So in this script which I have ran, uh, that script has all these sort of details. Okay, and this is the reason it is taking time. If I go to the my QN, this is the model also I'm going to install. And I'm installing parallelly in both the model, which is the reason it is taking more than 30 minutes around to install it. So let's wait for a few more minutes, then we're gonna take a look. Okay, so if you see that we have running the we have running this all the models. So since I have installed that full stack, it means it going to install all the model in one go. From where it going to install, it going to install from Hugging Face, which is your GitHub model. Okay, if you see that this is the model which is taking the all the installation. So far this much is done. It is installing that diffusion model, which is again is an image generation model. So in one go we are installing everything, including the LLM interface, everything. Okay, so if I take a look on the another window, and let's see that what has been installed so far, and do we have anything else which is pending. So if I say that NVIDIA SMI, which is a tool to check that with the what's GPU information we have. So currently, since it is still a running phase, it is not giving me the all the information which I required. Okay, and also let's see that whether I have if I go to this and the port number, because on the same VM I'm installing everything because I have a large VM running in my database. 3000. It is, it may be run or may not be because the VM is still not fully active. Yeah, so it is taking time. So let's wait for a few more minutes to make sure that this complete all the downloads and verification, and then we can verify end to end. All right, so almost all the images have been installed. Okay, so it is rebooting. If you see that this image is also downloaded, which is the NVIDIA QDAP programming lab from the library. And yeah, this is the waveforce diffusal and vLLM OpenAI. Okay, downloaded from, and this is the port which I can connect. Okay, yeah, so this is the detail which we have here. Just let's see that what has been installed, what is not. So in it will take like 5 to 10 minutes to restart. So I have this. So the reason for this, server is uh, to uh, to have bigger, more UCS chassis with the GPU is to. I wanted to install everything in a one VM, okay, and run the different model in the Linux box. And in one go, I could have install just one model and showcase you that what details and how we can do it. So we're gonna take a look after reboots how it looks like after we install that the AI chat model, and with the specific LLM interface and the Sega interfacing servers. And we have AI model which can also generate you the images just like a chat GPT. We have installed that GPU model, right? We can it can give you the detail of if you want to generate that you know the AI images and all. So let's wait for a few minutes and see if we are back or not. Usually it takes like 5 to 10 minutes to reboot. If you're having a bigger, OS, if you're having a, the smaller version of OS, you do not need to uh, worry about too much on this. Okay, so let's close this page. So let's see, it's still not up. Once it will up, it will, and it should automatically open with 3000 port, whatever we are running on this, right? Let's wait for a few more minutes, then we're gonna resume it recording. So I'm able to log in the Ubuntu machine which I had. So let me see that if NVIDIA SMI tool is running. Yeah, okay, perfect. So we do have NVIDIA SMI tool which is running on this, which will give you the overall health detail of the VM, the GPU. What's the current status of it, or what's the utilization, and what's the memory usage. All these details it will get. If you see that currently NVIDIA SME is running, which is fine. And if I try to check the monitoring, what's the current utilization of the detail of it, right? So currently, if you see that currently nothing is running too much. So total I have a 250 gigabit, 44 memory, and on the interface level, nothing is flowing on this VM. Okay. So, and if I try to log into the Llama and the other machine with this page, it should uh, it should work, right? With the if I try to log in. So if I go to here and if I try to open, it is taking still time because it will initialize few things. Sorry. It's taking time. So once if I try to ping, if I say the Q or Control C, okay, if I try to ping, okay, so VM is fine. And then what could be the reason I'm unable to let's see that if model is running or not, if at all. So I should be seeing here, network traffic flow and spikes. Okay, so there are certain spikes. See here in the network label. So let's see if it is triggering over here. Vivacity is fine. Will not get here detail. Let's wait for a few more minutes. Okay, then hopefully it will come up because these are the just open source machine and applications which are running on top of it. We do have some hits on the interface label, right? If you see the GPU utilization getting higher, then only I will say that, okay, if everything is fine. If there is no GPU utilization, then I would say that the utilization is minimizing and we're having an issue. Come on. Yes, for 4 minutes back. I will pause the recording. Once it is up, I will again resume it. Okay, so what I have done here is I have installed the dual model services setup, and because the reason here is I have installed the multiple models running and it was not working, so I have forcefully asked Linux box to give me the dual model details, and from here I should be after this reboot I should be able to access the Llama. So let's wait for a few more minutes. We're gonna see. All right. So finally, we have got the access. Okay. So I am able to, uh, if I say that what's the monitoring, okay, and in the monitoring, if I log into my page over here and say that here is page open, and if I say that hello Llama, hello, excuse me, it will give you the how can I help you and all these things. So if I ask anything to write, for example, write a 200-word business case for AI, right? And will write that all the details of. So it's very simple to build that your own, uh, AI models on top of the Linux box. Uh, okay, this is one thing of it. And if you want to have, another which I have installed, QN, which is another model. Uh, I can say that same thing, write AI model, AI statement for the model. So it's see that both the models are writing the exact almost same details. The reason is the the database, the training data which I have is almost identical for both the models, right? So they are not generating automatically. We have a certain data behind these applications which are taking as a reference and creating its own detail of it. Now, what about the pictures? If I want to generate, right? If I want to write a code, you can write a code using this one, right? So this is the very obvious to write it. It's not a big deal for any environment. Now, what about if I have another model, call that if you upload the topology, for example, a code, it will inspect it. And if for example, if I upload the, for example, topology picture, anything, if I have anything, no, I don't have anything. Or what I can do here is I can upload the file and say the system admin request task, and it will read all the details and perform all the tasks which we have here. Okay, so if I say that open this file and what task I have write on this. So this is the task I have. Okay, I have given this tool task, download the these images. Okay, sorry, not download the images. I have this data. I say that please create the what are Excel style format, and please format the text format with the clear firmware cache and force identifier without numbering to each other. So I'm asking them remove this data, okay, date and all, create the data with Excel sheet with these two information. So it will automatically create the data for you. It's very easy for you to navigate all this. It is taking time because it's a bit if I say okay, if I say look here, it will create the data. So this is the advantage of just give me a second. Let me re-upload it. I will say that file. Okay, so previous task is still in progress. It's a VM. It's not that if faster, but it's a more better than the previous one. So this is the AI generative concept. If you see that the data which has been on the GPU which has been utilized for this kind of task. Okay, if I say that I want to run image model setup because the OS is already installed on this. I'm going to say that uh, the the AI model which I have, call that the flux. Okay, make sure that give me that option in the page itself to run that. See here, so I have don't have detail here much, but if I open the flux AI, I should be this is the UI page for flux AI, and see here you can create the image, you can download the image, all these things you can do it, right? So for example, if you want to create the image or anything like that, obviously you can do it. I will say that flux, then I say that this is a text automatic. One more, I will say that this one. Okay, and say that generate. So it will generate the AI image for you, and that AI image you can customize, you can modify based on your uh, requirement. Right, you can, after this generation of AI image, you can probably download it. So let's see. I will say the generate, or just let me type it over here. Okay, I will type, for example, get me a random image. It is taking time, it is taking time. It's waiting. It's small VMs is which I have. That's the reason it is taking time, too much time on it. Okay. So this is how you can create your own small AI box and keep your box for training and everything, which will be always best practice to have this kind of a model for you to for day-to-day operation, day-to-day task. Okay. Now, this is all about the AI. This is taking time, which is okay. So this is all about the AI which we have created, which we have done the task for the all the configuration, all the task which we wanted to achieve. As I said, we have created two models. We have also stable image model, which is using the flex image model, and we are using, and using that we are using the web UI page, or we call the stable UI page, which is look here. This is how it is generating the page. You can even download this page. You can upload wherever you, whatever you want, right? You can download it from right side. See here. So this is really a good data for to run that your, because most of the companies nowadays is trying to uh, you know uh, create their own internal AI to due to the security regions and all. So it's best practice to have this kind of uh, model for the your regular day-to-day activity, and especially if you're having with the GPUs which we have for this lab, it's going to be always benefit you for all sort of for all sort of all the details and the uh, security point of view. Okay. All right, thanks for watching. If there is any doubt, any questions, I do have a lab how you install this Gen AI using the MetaLlama, as well as having a queue in and all these things. Using that, you can use that Hugging Face, which is publicly available for you. You can use this exact model to download and to extract that all the details and run that on the your Linux machine to create your own small chat box. Okay, though what is the each LLM details and all these things, I am not the expert into the scripting and all. However, uh, this is pure network point of view, what you needed. So you just need to create the basic fabric and create all the service profile, install the Linux box, provide the access to the server team, automation team. They will provide you and give you the all the they will give you all the AI details and AI data to train your virtual machine. Okay, thanks for watching. See you in next session.